Hi there, welcome back. I'm so excited that you're still with us. It means that you are the top 20 to 30% of people who really, truly want to be a high achiever and want to change your life and create the life of your dreams. If you're still with us, I am super impressed with you. Now, last week we talked about fear, and all your comments have been so inspiring, and I'm loving how you're helping each other and just really sharing your heart and sharing real honest answers to the questions that are before us regarding our fear. We learned how to get power over our fear so that we can use our power to create our life and not have fear trying to stop us and holding us back. If you missed that video, please go back and watch it, because fear is the number one thing that keeps people from creating the life of their dreams. Today we're talking about lack of opportunity. Now let me share a little bit about my story with you. I mentioned before that I spent about 17 years in the wrong part of the country. It was freezing and I hate the cold. People weren't quite as friendly as I had hoped. I was in a career that kept me boxed in, and I'm the kind of person who likes to be free. And I was just in a really low energy state, not only in the culture around me, but inside myself. I went through a very, very long time of just being stuck. Now, at some point, I realized that I needed to figure out how to change things. And I had been looking around and waiting for an opportunity to come before me so that I could actually change my life. Well, the thing is, I realized opportunities don't just happen upon us, and they're not actually found. Opportunities are dug up and created. Opportunities are dug up and created. Now, here's what I mean. When I finally realized that I wanted to change my life, I did two things, and I was simultaneously growing in two different areas. First, we have this saying here in America where we say, uncover every stone. So I started to, I'm going to write, dig. I started to dig holes and look under every single stone I could find. Now, I applied for jobs in all kinds of areas, meaning different kinds of careers, at all different pay levels, at all different parts of Southern California, which is where I wanted to be. I just started applying. I got a lot of letters saying, no, thank you, you're not right for us. I got a lot of completely silent responses, meaning they didn't even take the time to respond. Of all those holes that I dug and under the rocks that I turned over, I found one position that was right for me. Well, so I thought. It didn't turn out to be right for me because 9 months later that was terminated, but it got me from that cold part of the country all the way to where I wanted to be. Now, I wouldn't have found that one opportunity if I hadn't started digging. And I had a file for a while of all the different jobs that I had applied for to help me get from this point to this point, and it was very long. So my opportunity wasn't found, and it didn't just happen in my lap. My opportunity was totally dug up, and it was with focus and strategy and patience and a tenacity to not give up trying to find it. So we need to dig deep to find the opportunities that we want. Second, the area where I'm working now, which is through coaching and online courses, is the area that I have wanted to be in for years. My only dream is to help people change their lives all around the world. I just want to help people live free and live happy and live the lives that they go to when they go to sleep in their dreams. That life that they dream about, I know it's possible for people to live it. So I just want to help people do that. And I started this effort several years ago. And when I first started it, there was nothing. It was completely going nowhere. I was reaching nobody, and I wasn't helping anybody that I wanted to help. And for a while, that was a little discouraging. But then I realized the reason I wasn't growing is because I wasn't growing myself. Once I started actively growing myself and growing my knowledge and learning and taking courses and getting myself out there, then I started to be able to reach the people who I could help. And it was so interesting to watch because as I grew myself more and more, and continued to do so, by the way, as I grew myself more and more opportunities are available to me. Because here's the challenge. If there's an opportunity at this level, but we're at this level, we can't move into that opportunity because the whole thing will fall flat and crumble. Because we won't be ready for it. We won't be ready for the responsibility. We won't be ready to take advantage of it. So before we get to our opportunity, in faith and focus and confidence, we continue to grow ourselves in that area. And it took a lot of perseverance and tenacity on my part because I worked on growing myself for a long time before the opportunity started to really open up and become mine. So in my process, so far of developing, I had to dig deep and uncover every stone I could find to create opportunities. And I had to grow myself continually. I'm still taking at least 2 classes at a time to grow myself and to grow my abilities and to grow my understanding. Continually growing ourselves for the opportunity that's just ahead of where we are. And we will catch up to it. And then when we catch up to that one, we'll have to catch up to one that's even farther. It's all a process of continually growing in our lives and personally developing ourselves. If you feel that you have lack of opportunity, I'd like to challenge you. I want to challenge you to start turning over more stones and digging more holes and doing more investigative work to create the opportunity that you want. And I challenge you to grow yourself. Now, you might not be able to take 2 or 3 courses right now. That might not be in the budget or in your time. But YouTube has all kinds of possibilities where you can pick an area and just start growing and you can start learning. There's all kinds of free stuff all over the internet to help you learn and grow. Now, be careful in your searches, of course, but you're wise. You know how to search. Find what you need to grow yourself and develop yourself so your next opportunity will be right timed for your growth. Now, I'm going to invite you to think about your life. Think about the opportunities that you feel you do and don't have. Think about these 2 areas and how you're managing them. And then tell me in the comments how you're doing. Tell me in the comments where you need help. Where do you need ideas? Where do you feel like you want to grow yourself, but you don't know how? You don't know the right way to grow yourself for the opportunity you're desiring. Put that in the comments too. While you're there, encourage someone else and go ahead, and if someone else is asking for advice, you might have the exact piece of advice that that person needs. Go ahead and respond. We're a community, we're learning together, and we're all determined to create the lives we truly desire. Now, in 3 days, you're going to get your 3rd video, and it's a very important topic. I encourage you to not miss it. It's about rejection. If anything stops us from moving into new areas, it's lack of support and rejection that we receive from our family and our loved ones, and eventually from people who don't even know us. This can hold you back incredibly if you don't learn how to use it as your fuel and you don't learn the right perspective about it. So that's in 3 more days, you'll get that video. For today, reflect on digging up and creating opportunities, and preparing yourself for your next step. Tell me about it in the comments. I'll see you there.